Okay, I'm back, and this is part two of my guitar, my jazz bass copy kit, uh, and this is the assembly part of the video, and I've pretty much got this about as done as I'm going to get it as far as the finish is concerned, and as far as my thoughts on this finish, I guess I'm not really that experienced working with polyurethane, and so I think in the future, um, and of course, as I said, I'm learning as I go. Um, I think what I might do is try for my next guitar project. I will probably use like some kind of oil for the finish, either oil or maybe varnish or shellac or something. And I'm going to try that and see if I get better results with that because, like I said, the finish on this is okay, but it's not to what I was hoping it could have been. So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the assembly on this. And as you can see, I've got the various parts here, some of the parts for the guitar. One thing I will say about these assembly kits is they don't really give you premium parts. Most of the parts on this are okay, but sometimes, some of the parts though they really, of course, you get what you pay for, and this was really a cheap kit. But well, one good example is this back plate for to screw the neck on. The metal on here is not very good. The chrome, it looks like it's cracking up or something, or bubbling up on some of the spots, like they didn't do it right or something. And which is, it's a minor point. What I can always do is just order another one of these, like a nice looking, decent one. But other than that, and plus the fact that too that I'm not sure what the wiring setup. It comes pre-wired, but I'm still going to have to do some wiring to, wire the pickups and everything. But I did see on one video where a guy that put one of these together said that even though he knew he wired this right, the tone control that came with his kit did not even work. The volume controls worked for his kit, but the tone control, the tone knob just did not work. So anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and get started with this and let you know how my progress is. Okay, I pretty much got the hardware pieces on for the front. I've yet to hook on the neck, so I'll be getting that on here next. And I'm getting a lot of it done here pretty quick. The only problem is there's a little miscalculation with the placement of this pick guard and the way I've got this positioned on here. I guess I must have got it a little bit too close, because this piece here is wanting to overlap on here. So I guess what I can always do is just take my Dremel and shave that down if I wanted to, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I just want to make sure that the thing, I can get it put together and that it works. I did get the pieces soldered, the wires soldered. All I had to do was wire the pickups to the respective spots inside where the wiring is, and and then I hooked the ground wire up so that it connects to the bridge. And the ground wire was kind of a weird deal because I bought a long drill bit so I could try to see if I could go all the way through here, but it didn't work. I accidentally punched through to the bottom, and there's a little hole right there. I filled it in with wood putty and sanded it down and tried to make it smooth it out as much as I could, but you can still see the little hole there. But so what I decided to do was take the drill bit and drill so it would go into the pickup cavity, and then I routed the ground wire through the pickup cavity and into the hole underneath the bridge. So at least I managed to get it that way, and if I ever build another guitar, I will remember to do it that way next time as well. So anyway, I'm going to continue and I'm going to get the neck put on and go from there. Okay, I have now attached the neck to the body, and it's ready to get strings put on. And so I'll be doing that next, and we'll get back with you and let you know how it looks and how it sounds. Okay guys, I'm back, and I was going to show some more video of me putting this together, but I kind of got carried away and just went ahead and assembled it because I had a lot of issues, and I needed to get those resolved for getting the bass put together. One of the issues I ran into is when I put the bass or the neck on, the neck was, the way it was sitting, it was too high, and consequently the strings were just, when I put the first string on, it was just sitting right on top of the frets. There was no space and no room for them to vibrate. So so what I ended up having to do was I had to sand down the neck here where it attaches onto the body. I had to sand it down so that it would go down far enough so that it would allow the strings to vibrate, and would be setting better on the body. And so I did that, and with my trusty little power sander here, and you know, so I did a little more fine tuning. Besides that, the strings were way up, really super high up toward this part of the neck, so I lowered all of the strings on the bridge here, and that did the trick. So now the action on this is just almost perfect, which I'm surprised that I was able to get this kind of action with a do-it-yourself kit. But I got it all put together, and I'm not totally happy with the way the finish came out on the body, but you know, like I said, that's the fun of learning how to put together a do-it-yourself kit. And otherwise, other than the few issues that I had, I'm pretty happy with it. There's a few other things, like I said, I have to resolve with, which is I'm gonna have to trim this down or something, or move this piece back a little bit so this thing isn't going to be overlapping the metal piece where the knobs are. Other than that, I was able to wire it pretty quickly. It came pre-wired. All I had to do was solder the pickups on to the wiring. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. I've got my, this isn't really a bass amp, but it'll allow you to hear what it sounds like. For right now, I'm going to do it like maybe another demonstration with it. I've got my bass amp upstairs, but I'll crank her up here and alrighty, it works really good, so I'm happy with it. And hope you guys enjoyed this do-it-yourself video of my jazz bass copy. And leave me any comments if you'd like to, and also subscribe if you would also like to. And we'll catch you next time. This is the Sound Guy for You, signing off.